YouTube, this is Sigma Luco here again, just doing a quick tabletop review of the Glock versus the Ruger SR9. We have a Glock 17 and a Ruger SR9. We'll get to the range next week and do a range review on these two, but I wanted to cover just my take on the overall tabletop review on them. First, let's get into the exterior of the gun. The Ruger has an external safety, but it's in the right direction, man. Coming out, just a natural sweep, getting that safety to come off. Another thing, and that could be good or bad, depending on your taste. I like having external safeties if it's in the right direction. It's just one more safety feature that, if trained properly, will not get in your way of firing this weapon. The other thing is the sights are fully adjustable, both horizontal and vertical sights. 3-dot sight, and versus the Glock, which is your bracket and dot sight. And notice it's no external safety. It does not. One more thing about the Ruger, it has a loaded indicator. When that's up like that, there will be a round in the chamber. And as far as external features, I think, one more thing, the angle on the Glock. This is one thing that I personally do not like about Glocks. If you notice the angle on it, I'll try and get it here, it's really the back angle. The Glock is very tilted towards the back. And then granted, with practice I could probably get adjusted to it, but I'm more accustomed to the 1911 style vertical style. So when I come out of the holster, it points straight for me, versus the Glock coming out of the holster, my point is always high. So I always, if you can see that, I always shoot slightly high with the Glocks, and I just never got past that, and that's why I personally am not a Glock fan, because they just shoot high for me. Don't have any problems with them reliability, functionality wise. They just, for me personally, I don't like them. Let's get into Takedown. The Ruger, lock the slide back to the rear, eject the magazine. There's a little magazine lever there that you just push down, push the takedown pin out, and then you just ride it forward. And both these are the Browning design, lock breech design, so the way they overcome having a plastic grip is they have metal inserts here that absorb the recoil of the barrel as it comes back. Both the Glock and the Ruger have this metal insert right here to absorb that, and then you have the spring that comes out, and then your barrel. As far as design construction on the Ruger, I have not seen any flaws in the manufacturing on this. It's all one solid stainless steel piece. The Glock is a little harder. You have to pull these two levers, both sides. Pull those down, slide back, ride it forward to where these levers are not down all the way. Pull the trigger, and then it rides forward. Same lock breech design. You can see the metal insert here that absorbs the impact of the barrel as it comes back. You notice the springs, very similar. This is the Ruger versus the Glock. And then you have the takedown, complete takedown. Once again, we'll get to the range on this, and hopefully we'll get some more data on how these actually shoot between not just me, but a few of my friends. Thanks for watching. Alright, just want to detail one more thing on the internals here. If you notice, they are actually fairly similar, except for the internal mechanisms of the Ruger are a little bit larger than the Glock. And if you notice, the firing pin is engaged there, and then you have your trigger safety mechanism right there. The one more button that you see over here on the Ruger, this one right here, is your magazine disconnect. Both the trigger safety and the magazine disconnect have to be depressed in order for that firing pin to ride forward onto the back of the primer. The Glock just has the trigger safety, which will allow that firing pin to ride forward onto the trigger, or onto the back of the primer. Notice the firing pin on the Glock is a little bit shaped just a little bit differently. It's a little flatter than the Ruger, which is round. And then I'm not sure the reason why the Ruger has this little rounded bit here on the slide where it rounds it a little bit versus the straight. Anyway, if any user knows why, let me know. Anyway, thanks again for watching.